news on this New Year's Eve. A commercial fire right now, as you can see, burning pretty good on the 6400 block of Van Nuys Boulevard in the city of Van Nuys. The LA City Fire Department's response, about 100 firefighters at the scene right now in defensive mode fighting this fire. As you can see, lots of smoke being thrown up in the air from this fire, just billowing in that area. Again, firefighters in defensive mode, and this is actually, as we understand, it's a one-story row of commercial buildings. Three businesses we do believe might be inside this whole plaza, if you will, or in this area of businesses. But however, we do know that it seems to be moving from one business to another right now, although it's very hard to tell which one is actually involved.
Yeah, it looks like firefighters, Susie, really do have the upper hand on this, only because they're protecting those structures that are right across this parking lot here. You can see there's several cars parked here, so that could always be a danger. So it looks like right now they're just gonna surround and drown this out. But these flames, they're clearly burning through some stuff there in these businesses. Again, we don't know what these businesses have inside them, but clearly there's enough material in there that it is causing, and it's keeping these flames alive. Yeah,
you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Leslie, but it kind of looks like there might be some apartment buildings right to the, I mean, the back of where this fire is happening right now, just right in front of it, if you will. And firefighters, I don't know if they've, I'm sure they've gone through the process of evacuations, if that is the case. In fact, if those are apartments, sort of looks like two-story apartments right behind that, but it really is hard to tell. But a huge response, as you can see just from the lights outside. Again, 100 firefighters with the LA City Fire Department on this fire tonight, a commercial fire happening right now in Van Nuys. Like as Leslie mentioned, we don't know what's on fire right now, what kind of business this is or was, but certainly firefighters trying to make some good work as they are throwing lots and lots, massive amounts of water on this thing. As you can see, the ladder really high up there with the firefighter really on top on the left side of your screen, and such a huge contingent of firefighters. As you can see, all those engines lined up on the left side.
Again, as you mentioned, Susie, three businesses we know have been caught up in this fire here. I'm guessing completely destroyed because the size of these flames, you just know the building here is just totally gone. But you can see all the other surrounding businesses in this area. I know across the street you see a T-Mobile. Here you see another, maybe a restaurant there, and that's all connected. So that always becomes a concern for firefighters. It does look, just because we report on structure fires like this, that firefighters do have an upper hand. You can see them getting on a ladder here. They feel safe enough to go to the building right next door, get on that roof to see if they can move closer and possibly just get a closer angle to these flames here.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of concerns, I mean, less concern tonight, obviously, because there's no wind to speak of. As far as we know, we haven't heard Danny talk about any winds, but she has been talking about raindrops. So, you know, if anything, you know, we always say, man, you know, we don't like the rain, but on a day like this, when this is happening, I mean, this could be exactly what LA City firefighters need right now, is some rain.
100%. And you talk about the LA City firefighters who are out there, as we know, this is part of their job, 24/7, 365, away from their families here on ringing in the new year. You know, this is not going to be done before midnight. I can tell you that. Firefighters will definitely be here for several hours, no matter if the flames continue on or if they're able to get the upper hand on this. These take normally just hours to fully just make sure they're extinguished.
Mopping up hot spots after that.
That takes a long time as well. It does look like those firefighters got on that roof right next door. They have a hose in hand and hoping to continue to surround and drown this building.
But as you can see here, if you're just joining us here on KCAL News at 10, this is breaking news here on this New Year's Eve. A commercial building fire in the city of Van Nuys with the LA City Fire Department with about 100 firefighters on this right now. And also wanted to welcome our viewers from the CBS side, from Channel 2 as well, if you're joining us. This is a simulcast, and we are watching this fire as firefighters are really making some good work on this fire right now. When we first came to you live with this fire, which is just about maybe 8 minutes ago or so, we were talking about huge flames and not as much smoke as we're seeing now. So certainly, I think we were seeing more flames before than smoke, Leslie, when we first came to this.
Yeah, we know this is a complex here made up of different businesses. We know 3 businesses in this area at least fully engulfed, destroyed, and you can see dozens and dozens of firefighters here on scene just trying to really get the upper hand on this. They have at least two ladder crews, and probably more on the other side that we can't see right now, which is normally what firefighters will do. They have a couple on the ground here also, just trying to drench this down. Yeah, you see all these lines here. This is a very active scene, given just how intense these flames continue to rage from this building and how compact this area is. You know, we know 3 businesses were located in this complex, but as you mentioned, Susie, it looks like possibly apartments, maybe housing right behind here that probably needed to be evacuated. You have across the street, you have what looks to be more homes, and you can imagine many people home wondering what is happening. You can probably see this for miles, actually.
Well, let's get some more information on exactly what is happening. We have Nicholas Prang from the LA City Fire Department joining us on the phone right now. Mr. Prang, can you hear us?
I can, yes. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you can just run down what you know about this commercial building fire. What's burning here?
Yeah, there's actually a few different occupancies here. We call this a row of commercials because they share a wall on either side. You can see there's many businesses connected. And so 3 of them were in this building that you can see goes back a little bit further than the others. And when we arrived, there was heavy smoke showing, and it was a little bit difficult to access the seat of the fire, to locate where the intense heat was coming from. There was just heavy smoke. And so now you can see that the flames are coming through the roof. And so because of the intensity of the fire and the duration that structure has been under intense heat, we started off in what we call offensive mode, taking hose lines in and putting firefighters on the roof to cut holes, but we've now retreated into defensive mode, and you can see we're shooting much larger hose lines from the outside to take some of the heat out of that building, but the flames are very intense.
Do you have any idea what's burning?
I don't know what the contents of the building are. There are various kinds of businesses throughout that street, and we still haven't gotten intel on everything that's inside there. Initial reports were that one of those buildings, at least part of the time, operates as a church, and a couple other retail businesses are in that row as well. But we'll have to find out later, after the flames have been knocked back, what exactly is burning inside.
What is the biggest concern right now? Because Susie and I noticed it looks like there are more businesses possibly attached to this big commercial structure, and possibly it looked like maybe some housing, or we see some lights of buildings that may be occupied.
Yes, the building portion of the building that you see is on fire is obviously going to be a complete loss. So we want to focus on protecting the neighboring structures. And the fire code talks about or requires that the division wall between those businesses has a fire rating. And so it's designed to keep that heat from spreading to the next business over. And so from what I'm seeing on TV here, we have quite a few hose lines directed toward those flames, and there's firefighters on the adjacent roofs as well to protect the businesses next door. So I'm optimistic that they'll be able to hold it to what you see there, but only time will tell. We'll see if, how strong those division walls are and how hot that fire actually was afterwards when we analyze the damage.
So, Mr. Prang, do you know, again, if the building that's behind the fire right now are in fact apartments?
I'm not sure what the nature of that building is. It does appear from this angle to be residential, but
I mean, have there been evacuations ordered? Do you know, as far as you know?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard of any evacuations at this time. We did not find anyone when we initially went inside. We did not find anyone inside that needed to be evacuated. So we're thankful that, by the nature of a late evening fire, these businesses don't have customers inside. So we're thankful for that. So we're just focusing on getting these flames out and hoping that it remains no patients found.
And this is a very an area that has a lot of businesses, a lot of people, a lot of homes. Just for people that may live in this area that are around here, the biggest advice for them if they're home right now, obviously there's so much smoke in the air. I can imagine ash and whatnot. That's not always healthy for us to be breathing in. So the biggest advice for those people that live in the surrounding community.
Yeah, we call shelter in place. So if you are being affected by smoke nearby, the best thing to do is just stay indoors wherever you're at and close the windows. If any smoke is being pulled in through a ventilation system, then shut that down as well. But just staying where you are, sheltering in place. If there is smoke getting to you, that's the best way. It looks like a lot of that's going straight up right now, so that'll be less of a hazard.
Well, it might be too early to speak of a cause, but it is New Year's Eve, sir, and we wondered if this might have anything to do or be related to illegal fireworks of any kind, or maybe related to any kind of celebrations. Any idea?
Yeah, we're still in the early phases of extinguishing the fire first, and so the investigation will commence after the flames are out, when we can get some eyes on the areas that appear to have been the origin. But it is a good point that on a night like New Year's Eve, we see more fires due to fireworks, or sparklers or candles for these celebrations. Whereas some of the holidays we already passed, the cooking fires are more prevalent. So tonight, we just want to have safety in mind when celebrating, especially, where you place the candles, and if there's a lot of people around, what can get knocked over. So we obviously don't want the celebrations to turn into tragedy.
Yeah, especially tonight, because you guys already have so many of your crews. I know you are always fully staffed, especially on a night like tonight, but you already have so many crews on this, given just how aggressive these flames are. So just a reminder to people, as you were saying, please be mindful of your actions tonight. A lot of times, as Susie was saying, we do see the illegal fireworks, and those have started fires before. And because you guys remained so busy, it's just a reminder to people, right, to just be mindful of the actions you take tonight.
Absolutely. And there are no fireworks, even the ones that may seem mild. There are none that are legal in the city of Los Angeles. And so even those sparklers can burn at approximately 1,200 degrees, which can, be very harmful when they're, near the face or get dropped. So it's just not worth it, and we want everyone to celebrate safely and have a wonderful, end of 2023 and ring in 2024 without something like this, what we're looking at on TV.
Well, we thank you so much. We're going to keep an eye on this right now. We do thank you for your time, and of course, for the good work of the firefighters there on the ground. Of course, if you're just tuning in, we are over a commercial building fire in the Van Nuys area. We know about 3 businesses possibly destroyed, maybe a church involved. As you just heard, no one inside when firefighters arrived. We're going